Under the bright, indifferent sun, Tramble watches her laughing classmates, a silent observer on the edge of their joy. A hesitant step forward, a fragile attempt to bridge the gap, but her words hang unanswered in the sunny air. Blank stares meet her earnest gaze, each one a tiny shard of ice against her hopeful spirit. The warmth of the sun turns cold as embarrassment floods her face, a crimson tide of rejection. She shrinks back, becoming smaller, more invisible with each retreating step, swallowed by the laughter around her. Alone again at the edge of the yard, she fades into the background, a solitary figure amidst the sunlit revelry. In the quiet of her room, Tramble sits under the desk lamp, a pen in hand, wrestling with a half-written letter. Frustration mounts as she chews on the pen, her eyes scanning the words before crumpling the paper in defeat. A sigh escapes her lips as she runs a hand through her hair, a gesture of deep weariness and loneliness. The silence of the room becomes a heavy blanket, amplifying her profound sense of isolation. "I just wish they would listen," Tramble whispers, her voice barely audible in the stillness. In the bustling classroom, Tramble's hand shoots up, her eyes shining with eagerness to answer the question. But the teacher calls on another student, and Tramble's hopeful expression dims slightly. Slowly, she lowers her hand, a subtle wave of disappointment washing over her features. She feels overlooked, just another face in the crowded classroom. Amidst the cafeteria's lively chaos, Tramble sits with her friends, a faint smile gracing her lips as she leans in to join their chatter. She opens her mouth, ready to unveil a personal thought, a secret she has been carefully holding. Her friends abruptly shift gears, their attention captured by the upcoming school dance, leaving Tramble's words hanging unspoken. Tramble's smile fades, replaced by a quiet stillness as a subtle sense of disconnection washes over her. She falls silent, picking at her lunch, the cafeteria's vibrant energy now strangely muted and distant. Tramble's bedroom is a chaotic landscape of strewn clothes and forgotten treasures. A sigh escapes her lips, the enormity of the mess threatening to consume her. She begins to tidy, each item adding to her growing sense of overwhelm. While shoving clothes under the bed, her hand brushes against something unexpected. Reaching beneath, she pulls out a dusty old notebook, its secrets veiled in time. The notebook's discovery hangs heavy in the air, promising untold stories. In her bedroom, Tramble opens an old notebook, its pages filled with secrets and untold stories. The notebook reveals a line in her own hand. "The truth lives in what isn't said." Tramble reads the line, her brow furrowing in confusion and a hint of unease. I frown, not remembering writing it. Tramble wonders, her mind searching for answers. The room is filled with a sense of mystery. The notebook seems to whisper secrets to her. In his room, Tramble opens a notebook to a random page, poised with pen in hand, ready to write. Tramble begins to write, his brow furrowed in thought, searching for the right words. "No one understands me," Tramble mutters as he puts pen to paper, the words flowing from his heart. The ink shimmers faintly on the page, carrying the weight of unspoken emotions. Tramble stares intently at the freshly inked words, lost in contemplation of his own feelings. In the darkness of her bedroom, Tramble lies awake, eyes wide, lost in thought. Sleep evades her, as her mind spirals back to the notebook, a haunting image replaying in her thoughts. The strange shimmer of the ink dances before her eyes, an unsettling mystery. The notebook glows in her mind as the mystery deepens. Tramble stares into the darkness, the notebook's secrets consuming her thoughts. In the surreal landscape of Tramble's dream, a hallway stretches into infinity, an endless corridor of silent expectations. Tramble walks, her footsteps echoing softly in the vast emptiness. Doors line the hallway, each a stark white against the dim light, barriers to unspoken truths. Each door is labeled with words Tramble has never dared to utter, secrets etched in bold letters. The hallway seems to pulse with the weight of unsaid words, a labyrinth of the soul stretching endlessly before her. Tramble awakens, sweat glistening, the remnants of a strange dream clinging to her, a sense of unease washing over her. Heart pounding, she sits up, the morning light casting long shadows across her room. She reaches for a worn notebook, its pages holding the promise of secrets and untold stories. The blank pages seem to beckon, whispering silent invitations to unravel the mysteries within. With a sigh, she grabs a pen, ready to confront the lingering shadows of her dream. She begins to write, each word a step further into the labyrinth of her subconscious. In the dim light of his room, Tramble hunches over his desk, a storm of thoughts brewing behind his furrowed brow. His pen dances across the worn pages of his notebook, each stroke a desperate attempt to capture the swirling chaos within. The tip of his pen digs into the paper, a physical manifestation of his inner turmoil and frustration. His brow furrows deeper as he grapples with unspoken words, a silent scream trapped within the confines of his mind. "I wish people would actually listen to me," he mutters, his voice barely a whisper in the stillness of the room. His gaze pierces through the pages, a desperate plea for understanding lost in the labyrinth of his own thoughts. Sunlight streams into Tramble's room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air as he sits at his desk, lost in thought. Pen in hand, Tramble leans over his journal, his brow furrowed in concentration as he pours his heart onto the page. The scratching of the pen is the only sound in the room, each stroke a testament to his inner turmoil. He pauses, his gaze distant as he rereads his words, a flicker of frustration crossing his face. A sigh escapes his lips, heavy with the weight of unspoken thoughts and hidden desires. "I feel like I'm living in a glass box," Tramble whispers, his voice barely audible above the silence. In the dim light, Tramble sits hunched over his desk, a single lamp casting long shadows across the room. His brow is furrowed in intense concentration as the pen moves deliberately across the page, capturing his thoughts. The silence of the room is broken only by the scratching of the pen, each stroke a testament to his inner turmoil. "I'm afraid of being judged if I say what I really think," Tramble whispers, the words barely audible in the stillness. In the soft glow of the bedside lamp, Tramble rereads her entries, each word a whisper in the quiet room. Relief washes over her as she traces the lines, anxieties fading with every stroke of the pen. The notebook seems to absorb her worries, a silent confidant in the stillness of the night. The weight lifts from her shoulders, leaving her lighter, the room filled with a sense of calm. In his room, Tramble sits hunched over his desk, a pen clutched tightly in his hand, brow furrowed in thought. He stares intensely at the blank paper, lost in contemplation. A moment of realization dawns in Tramble's eyes. What if being misunderstood doesn't mean I'm invisible? He wonders aloud, a flicker of hope in his voice. In her room, Tramble is writing, a concentrated frown on her face. Suddenly, a new sentence magically appears beneath her writing, glowing softly. The sentence reads, "Understanding begins when you understand yourself." Tramble's eyes widen, her breath catching in her throat with surprise and wonder. "Gasp," she utters, as if the words hold a profound personal meaning. Tramble hunches over his laptop, the screen's glow reflecting in his focused eyes, in his dimly lit, book-strewn bedroom. He navigates websites, his brow furrowed, deep in research on self-awareness and communication. The cluttered room reveals an intellectual mind, surrounded by stacks of books and scattered papers. He pauses, jotting notes in a worn notebook, capturing insights gleaned from his digital exploration. In the bright classroom, Tramble's hand shoots up again, a beacon of eagerness amidst the rows of students. This time, the teacher acknowledges her persistent enthusiasm, a nod of approval amidst the scholastic setting. Tramble seizes her chance, her posture straightening with newfound confidence. She begins to speak, each word measured and clear, cutting through the ambient classroom noise. Her voice rings with an assurance that belies her young age, filling the room with purpose. All eyes are on Tramble, as she commands the attention of her peers and instructor alike. Amidst the clamor of the bustling school cafeteria, Tramble sits surrounded by friends, a subtle smile playing on her lips. The air buzzes with lively chatter and the clatter of trays, a symphony of youthful energy. As her friends' voices rise and fall, veering off course, Tramble subtly guides the conversation back. Her gentle persistence reveals a hidden agenda beneath the surface of casual camaraderie. A quiet determination flickers in her eyes as she navigates the social currents with practiced ease. In the dimly lit bedroom, shadows play across the walls, casting a somber mood as Tramble faces her parents. A tense silence fills the air, a mixture of apprehension and cautious hope etched on their faces. Tramble speaks, her voice soft but firm. "I feel like I'm not being heard when my opinions are dismissed." Her father leans forward, a gesture of sincerity. "We understand, Tramble. Tell us more about how you feel." Her mother nods in agreement, her eyes filled with empathy. "Yes, we are listening now. We want to understand." Tramble's voice trembles slightly as she confesses, "I feel hurt when I'm not taken seriously. Morning light streams into Tramble's room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Tramble sits at his desk, a silhouette against the bright window. He holds a pen, poised over a notebook, lost in thought. His brow furrows in concentration as he begins to write. The pen glides across the paper, capturing his innermost thoughts. A quiet revelation escapes his lips. I'm starting to understand myself better. Sunlight paints dust motes in the air as Tramble sits absorbed at his desk, brow furrowed in thought. Pen hovers over paper, a silent moment of creation as Tramble prepares to write. The nib meets the page, and words begin to flow, capturing Tramble's innermost feelings. A pause, a breath, as Tramble considers the weight of his words in the sunlit room. It's okay if not everyone understands me, Tramble whispers, accepting his unique path. Sunlight cuts through Tramble's room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Tramble sits at his desk, bathed in the golden light. He writes in his diary, lost in thought. The pen scratches softly against the paper. A whisper of secrets revealed. Tramble pauses, his brow furrowed in contemplation. My feelings are valid, he declares, a quiet affirmation in the sunlit room. Moonlight paints Tramble's room in stark shadows, highlighting the solitude as she sits on the edge of the bed. A quiet moment of reflection fills the air as Tramble contemplates the journey she has undertaken. The moonlight seems to intensify, mirroring the sense of empowerment that washes over Tramble. In the stillness of the night, Tramble embraces a newfound strength, ready to face whatever lies ahead. Under the bright daylight, Tramble strides across the schoolyard, purpose in her step. A lone classmate sits isolated, a figure of quiet solitude amidst the schoolyard's bustle. Tramble approaches, her expression gentle, an unspoken offering of companionship. She begins to speak. Her words, a bridge to the silent classmate, an empathetic listening ear, a beacon of connection in the schoolyard's social landscape. In the bustling classroom, Tramble's bright eyes sparkle with curiosity, a beacon of engagement amidst the sea of students. With poised confidence, Tramble raises her hand, a thoughtful expression gracing her features, signaling her eagerness to contribute. Her voice rings clear and articulate, adding layers of valuable insights to the vibrant classroom conversation. Tramble listens intently, her head nodding in agreement, a gesture of respect and appreciation for her classmates' perspectives. Her active participation ignites a spark of intellectual fervor, enhancing the collaborative spirit within the classroom. Tramble embodies the essence of an ideal student, her presence enriching the learning environment for all. Soft light paints Tramble's room as she sits on her bed's edge, facing her parents. Love and concern hang heavy in the air. Mother's gentle voice breaks the silence. Tramble, we want you to know how much we love you. Father leans forward, his eyes filled with unwavering support. No matter what, we're here for you, always. Tramble's voice soft with emotion. I know, and I love you both too. Just promise us you'll always be honest with us, Father pleads. I promise, Tramble whispers, sealing their bond. Bathed in morning light, Tramble sits at his desk, his brow furrowed in thought as he stares intently at a notebook. His pen dances across the page, each stroke measured and deliberate. The room is silent, save for the scratching of his pen, a world of thought contained within its tip. I'm learning to translate myself to the world, Tramble mutters, his voice barely audible in the quiet room. In the dim light of his room, Tramble sits hunched over his desk, a solitary lamp casting long shadows. His brow is furrowed, his face illuminated by the soft glow as he meticulously crafts each word. Ink bleeds onto the page as Tramble wrestles with the weight of his thoughts. A close-up on his hand reveals the deliberate care he puts into forming each letter. Tramble pauses, his eyes reflecting the flickering light as he speaks, a profound insight revealed. Silence can protect, but it can also hide you, he says, his voice barely a whisper in the quiet room. Morning light fills Tramble's bedroom, casting a soft glow as he sits at his desk, a picture of quiet concentration. Pen in hand, he leans over a notebook, carefully forming each word with deliberate precision. The room is still, save for the gentle scratching of his pen across the paper, capturing his fleeting thoughts. He pauses, rereading his words, a slight furrow in his brow as he seeks the perfect expression. With a decisive nod, he speaks aloud, his voice barely a whisper. Clarity starts inside before it reaches others. In the dim light of his bedroom, Tramble searches frantically, a growing unease clouding his features. A wave of confusion washes over Tramble as he realizes the notebook is missing from its usual spot. He frantically scans the surroundings, his eyes darting to every corner. The silence of the room amplifies Tramble's mounting anxiety as he continues his desperate search. His hands tremble slightly as he frantically pats down the familiar surfaces, hoping for a sign. The realization dawns on him. The notebook is definitely gone, replaced by dread. In her bedroom, Tramble's eyes soften with newfound peace. A gentle smile graces Tramble's lips, hinting at a silent victory. Her smile widens, a radiant expression of liberation. Tramble's gaze is steady, reflecting inner resolve. The room is filled with a sense of quiet finality. Tramble smiles, knowing she no longer needs it. Tramble wanders through the park, her senses heightened, absorbing the vibrant life around her. Sunlight filters through the trees, casting dappled shadows on Tramble's contemplative face. Each leaf, each bird's song, each laughing child resonates with Tramble's newfound awareness. She pauses, a subtle smile gracing her lips as she observes the world with quiet understanding. Tramble's gaze softens, reflecting a sense of peace and connection with her surroundings. Sunlight warms the bustling coffee shop as the rich aroma of roasted beans fills the air. Tramble listens intently, her brow furrowed with concern as her friend shares their story. Dust motes dance in the sunlit air, mirroring the unspoken tension between them. Tramble offers small, supportive nods, her gaze filled with empathy and understanding. After a pause, Tramble leans forward, her expression softening into a gentle, reassuring smile. She offers thoughtful advice, her words a soothing balm in the sun-drenched space. Sunlight floods the library, illuminating swirling dust motes as Tramble sits surrounded by towering shelves of ancient books. Her brow furrowed, she pores over the texts, her expression a mask of intense concentration. She diligently takes notes, capturing the essence of the arcane knowledge before her. Lost in thought, she pauses, her mind grappling with complex concepts. The quiet library hums with the rustle of turning pages, a sanctuary of study. Sunlight floods the art studio, illuminating dust motes dancing around Tramble as she faces a large canvas. Vibrant colors reflect on Tramble's focused face as she applies broad strokes, emotions flowing onto the canvas. The air hangs heavy with the scent of turpentine and linseed oil, a testament to Tramble's passion. Her eyes reflect a release and intense focus, lost in the act of creation. Sunlight streams into the music room, illuminating Tramble as she sits poised at the piano, a picture of serene concentration. Her fingers begin to dance across the ivory keys, each touch precise and deliberate, awakening the silent instrument. The melody swells, filling the room with its vibrant energy, a palpable expression of Tramble's innermost feelings. Notes cascade like a waterfall, each chord resonating with a story only she understands, a secret language revealed. Lost in the music, Tramble's expression softens, her eyes closed as she allows the melody to carry her away. In this sanctuary of sound, she finds solace and freedom. The music her confidant and her escape. Tramble ascends, a triumphant grin lighting his face as he conquers the mountain's rugged path. Chest heaving, he pauses, claiming his victory. The wind a palpable force against him. A panoramic vista unfolds, the world stretching beneath him in a breathtaking display. He surveys the landscape, a sense of accomplishment flowering within his soul. Boundless freedom washes over him, mingling with the raw, untamed beauty of nature. The wind whips around him, carrying whispers of pine and the earthy scent of damp soil. Under the soft glow of a desk lamp, Tramble sits absorbed, writing in her journal. Her brow is furrowed in concentration, each word a step on her path. The room is a sanctuary, filled with posters and books reflecting her journey. Mementos scattered around hint at adventures and moments of self-discovery. Each item tells a silent story, weaving together the tapestry of her life. The cozy space embraces Tramble as she continues to pen her thoughts. Sunlight fills the therapist's office, illuminating dust motes as Tramble enters, her expression a mix of anxiety and resolve. She settles into a comfortable armchair, the soft fabric a small comfort against her inner turmoil. The therapist's gaze is warm and attentive, creating a safe space for Tramble to confront her struggles. Tramble shifts slightly, a visible sign of the emotional weight she carries into the room. The air is thick with unspoken words, each breath a step closer to vulnerability. A single ray of sunlight catches Tramble's eye, a glimmer of hope amidst her apprehension. Inside the vibrant volunteer center, Tramble moves with purpose, her energy infectious as she sorts through donations. Tramble's smile radiates warmth as she assists fellow volunteers, creating a sense of unity. Her eyes sparkle with genuine care as she engages with community members, offering support and kindness. Each interaction reflects Tramble's unwavering passion for making a difference in the lives of others. In soft light, Tramble sits centered in her room, eyes closed, a picture of serene focus. Cross-legged on a cushion, she embodies tranquility, each breath a deliberate act of peace. Her hands rest gently, palms open, inviting calm into her centered core. Mindfulness guides her, a sanctuary built within the quiet of her bedroom. She seeks balance, a refuge from the world's clamor in meditative stillness. Sunlight floods the dance studio, illuminating dust motes in the air as Tramble begins to dance. Tramble moves with fluid grace, her body expressing pure joy, a celebration of movement. She leaps and twirls, each movement a release, energy rippling through the bright air. Her face is radiant, lit from within by the pure joy she finds in the dance. Tramble's passion fills the studio, a vibrant display of dedication and artistry. Tramble walks alone on the beach, his footsteps barely disturbing the soft, golden sand. The rhythmic crash of waves fills the air, a constant, soothing pulse of nature's breath. He pauses, head tilted, and closes his eyes, surrendering to the sounds and the sea breeze. A serene smile touches his lips as he feels a profound connection to the vast, open ocean. Lost in contemplation, Tramble seems to merge with the endless horizon where sea meets sky. Tramble sits surrounded by towering stacks of books, the room awash in the warm glow of her desk lamp. Her fingers dance across the pages, each turn revealing new worlds and ideas. In her eyes, a spark ignites as she absorbs tales of courage, wisdom, and adventure. The room fades into background as her mind expands, inspired by the endless possibilities within the pages. Tramble sits among rows of folding chairs, notebook in lap, a beacon of attentiveness amidst the crowd. A woman at the front gestures emphatically, her voice resonating through the community center. Motivational banners adorn the walls, a silent chorus urging, "Find your voice, express yourself. Communicate effectively," the third banner proclaims, completing the triad of inspiration. Tramble scribbles notes, his brow furrowed in thought, capturing each spoken gem. The room buzzes with focused energy, a collective pursuit of self-expression and effective communication. Tramble sits amidst a vibrant chaos of magazines and aspirations, scissors in hand, ready to shape her destiny. Each snip of the scissors is a step closer to her dreams, crafting a vision board filled with hope. Images and words merge into a tapestry of ambition, reflecting the future she's determined to create. A spark ignites in Tramble's eyes, fueled by the power of visualization and unwavering resolve. The vision board becomes a mirror, reflecting not just dreams, but Tramble's fierce determination to achieve them. Sunlight streams into Tramble's room, illuminating the quiet solitude where she sits at her desk, lost in thought. A half-finished letter lies before her, each word a testament to unspoken feelings and memories. With furrowed brow and a bittersweet smile, she carefully pens each word, pouring her heart onto the page. "Dear younger me, I know things seem impossible right now," Tramble narrates, her voice tinged with empathy and understanding. "But I promise you," she continues, a glimmer of hope in her eyes, "it gets better." Bathed in sunlight, Tramble finds serenity tending her vibrant garden, a sanctuary of green. Her gentle hands nurture delicate blooms, coaxing life from the earth with tender care. Each leaf and petal reflects her touch, a testament to the quiet joy she finds in nature. The air is filled with the sweet fragrance of blossoms, a symphony of scents. In the garden's embrace, Tramble discovers solace, a peaceful retreat from the world. She smiles softly, her heart brimming with contentment amidst the beauty she cultivates. In the dimly lit room, Tramble lies still, eyes closed, seeking solace as soft, calming music washes over him. He inhales deeply, a controlled breath held, then released, each cycle a wave against the shores of his tension. His face softens, the hard lines of worry fading as he focuses on the rhythm of his breath. The room is filled with peace as his tension slowly melts away. Sunlight floods Tramble's room, illuminating the quiet dance of dust motes in the air. At her desk, notebook open, Tramble ponders, her pen a silent companion in thought. A thoughtful expression graces her features as she considers the day ahead. Pen touches paper, and she begins to write, capturing the essence of her inner world. Concentration deepens, brow furrowing, as she focuses on the positive aspects of her life. In the soft glow of a bedside lamp, Tramble sits on the edge of her bed, the silence amplifying her contemplative mood. A subtle smile graces her lips as she reflects on her journey, a quiet acknowledgement of battles fought and victories won. Satisfaction washes over her, a gentle tide of contentment in the stillness of the night. In the quiet sanctuary of her room, Tramble celebrates her progress, a moment of serene self-appreciation. On a bustling city street, Tramble strides forward, her confidence radiating with each purposeful step. Her head held high, she moves with a natural grace, a beacon of self-assuredness amidst the urban landscape. Each step echoes with authenticity, a declaration of her unique presence in the vibrant city. She embodies individuality, a visual testament to embracing one's true self without reservation. Tramble moves through the city, not just walking, but expressing her inner world with every stride. In the dim glow of her bedroom, Tramble sits at her desk, the soft light highlighting the determined set of her jaw. Her pen hovers over the open journal, ready to capture the thoughts swirling in her mind. A close-up on her face reveals the quiet intensity in her eyes, reflecting a newfound resolve. With a deep breath, she begins to write, each word a step towards self-acceptance. I am learning to love and accept myself for who I am, Tramble whispers, her voice barely audible. The journal page fills with ink, a testament to her journey of self-discovery and empowerment. Sunlight floods Tramble's room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Tramble sits at his desk, brow furrowed in intense concentration. His pen scratches across the page, words forming under his hand. I am worthy of love and understanding, Tramble murmurs, his voice barely a whisper. The sunlight catches the hopeful glint in his eye as he writes. In the dim light of his room, shadows dance around Tramble as he sits hunched at his desk, a solitary figure immersed in thought. His pen scratches across the page, each stroke a deliberate act of defiance against the encroaching darkness. He grips the pen tightly, his knuckles white as he pours his resolve onto the paper. His voice, a low murmur in the quiet room, repeats a mantra of self-affirmation. I am strong and resilient. The notebook becomes his anchor, each word a beacon in the night, fortifying his spirit against unseen storms. In the dim light, Tramble sits hunched over his desk, a solitary lamp casting a pool of light on the paper before him. His brow is furrowed in deep concentration, a silent battle waged within the confines of his thoughts. Tramble grips the pen tightly, knuckles white as he prepares to confront his doubts and fears. He whispers, his voice barely audible above the silence. I am capable of achieving my dreams. The words hang in the air, a fragile declaration of hope against a backdrop of uncertainty. His eyes reflect a flicker of determination, fueled by the resolve to pursue his aspirations relentlessly. In the dim light, Tramble sits hunched at his desk, a solitary figure immersed in thought and reflection. The soft glow of the desk lamp casts long shadows, highlighting the intense concentration on Tramble's face. His hand moves swiftly across the page, each word a testament to lessons hard-earned and deeply felt. I am grateful for the lessons I have learned, he writes, a quiet affirmation of growth and understanding. The notebook fills with ink, a tangible record of Tramble's journey, illuminated by the lamp's gentle light. In the quiet of his room, Tramble is hunched over his desk, a solitary lamp casting a pool of light. His pen dances across the page, each stroke a testament to his elegant script. The ink bleeds into the page, forming words that capture his inner world. A moment of reflection, his brow furrowed as he considers the path ahead. His voice, a soft murmur in the stillness, breaks the silence. I am excited about the future. The lamp flickers, casting long shadows that dance with the promise of tomorrow. Bathed in the lamplight's intimate glow, Tramble sits hunched over his desk, a world of thoughts etched onto his face. His brow furrows with deep concentration, each line a testament to the internal struggles he quietly battles. The pen dances across the journal, each word a deliberate step into the depths of his soul. In the hushed stillness of the room, the scratching of the pen becomes a symphony of self-reflection. A moment of profound realization dawns as he writes, I am at peace with myself. The weight of the world seems to lift from his shoulders as he embraces the serenity he has found within. In the schoolyard, Tramble watches a younger student, isolated and alone amidst the lively games. A gentle expression softens Tramble's face as she decides to approach the lonely child. Tramble walks towards the student, her footsteps quiet on the asphalt. Reaching the student, Tramble speaks softly, her voice full of concern. "I noticed you looked a little lonely. Is everything all right?" Tramble asks, her eyes conveying warmth and genuine care. Sunlight floods the classroom, illuminating the air. Dust motes dance in the golden rays. Tramble leans in, pointing intently at the open textbook on the desk. The textbook's pages are filled with complex diagrams and dense text. A classmate furrows their brow, their face etched with visible stress and concentration. The weight of the lesson hangs heavy in the sunlit classroom. Inside the bustling community center, a vibrant energy fills the room as teenagers gather for Tramble's workshop. Tramble stands at the front, his presence commanding attention as he prepares to lead the eager students. With a sweeping gesture, Tramble begins, his enthusiasm infectious as he dives into the heart of the workshop. The teenagers watch intently, their faces alight with curiosity as Tramble shares his knowledge. A symphony of youthful energy fills the community center, fueled by Tramble's passionate instruction. The room buzzes with excitement as the workshop takes flight, transforming the space into a hub of creativity. Soft light paints Tramble's face as she sits on her bed, shadows weaving through the familiar landscape of her room. Books and trinkets whisper tales of journeys past, each object a silent witness to Tramble's life. Her gaze softens, reflecting on paths walked and challenges conquered, a quiet strength emanating from within. A subtle smile plays on her lips as she contemplates the impact she's had on the lives of others. A sense of accomplishment washes over her, tinged with anticipation for the adventures yet to unfold. Tramble walks through the park, sunlight dappling through the leaves. She pauses, feeling a deep sense of belonging in the vibrant green space. A gentle breeze rustles the trees, whispering secrets only she can understand. Tramble smiles, connected to the world around her, in this serene moment. In the quiet of her room, Tramble is cocooned in the soft glow of a desk lamp, a haven for her thoughts. Her brow furrows with purpose as she leans over her journal, each word a step forward. Pen in hand, she pauses, gathering her thoughts like precious gems. The lamplight catches the determined glint in her eyes as she finds the words to express her mission. With conviction, she writes, immortalizing her belief, "I am making a difference in the world." The weight of her words hangs in the air, a silent promise echoing in the stillness of the night. Sunlight fills Tramble's room as he sits at his desk, eyes glued to the laptop screen. His fingers dance across the keyboard, a flurry of motion fueled by intense concentration. A determined set to his jaw, Tramble is lost in his digital world. "I am inspiring others to find their voices," he says, a quiet conviction in his tone. His words hang in the air, a testament to his purpose and passion. The glow of the screen illuminates his face, reflecting his dedication. In the dim light of his room, Tramble sits hunched at his desk, the single lamp casting stark shadows. He scribbles intently in a notebook, brow furrowed in deep concentration. The pen moves swiftly across the page, capturing thoughts as they form. Tramble pauses, a determined glint in his eyes. He speaks with conviction. "I am creating a more understanding and compassionate world," Tramble declares, his voice resonating with purpose. Bathed in morning light, Tramble sits at his desk, a silhouette of concentration against the bright window. He hunches intently over a notebook, pen in hand, lost in thought. The air is still, save for the faint scratching of his pen across the paper. With conviction, he declares, "I am living my truth." In the tranquil night, Tramble's room is bathed in the gentle light of a desk lamp. Tramble sits hunched over his desk, brow furrowed as he stares intently at the paper before him. His hand moves deliberately, pen gliding across the page with purpose. Each stroke of the pen seems to carry the weight of his thoughts and emotions. In a soft, almost reverent tone, Tramble whispers, "I am free." The words hang in the air, a declaration of liberation in the stillness of the night. Tramble stands alone on the mountaintop, the wind whipping around him. He gazes out at the vast expanse of the world below, a newfound clarity in his eyes. The sunlight catches the determined set of his jaw, highlighting his strength. A confident smile plays on his lips as he breathes in the crisp mountain air. In the dim light of her bedroom, Tramble's smile reflects a newfound sense of self, a quiet revolution brewing within. Her eyes gleam with determination, A spark ignited as she realizes the power of her voice. The shadows dance around her, embracing the night as Tramble embraces her destiny. A soft glow illuminates her face, a beacon of hope emerging from the darkness. In this moment, Tramble is reborn, ready to face the world with newfound courage and conviction. The room seems to hold its breath, sensing the monumental shift within Tramble's soul. Sunlight fills Tramble's bedroom, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Tramble gently closes her journal, the soft thud echoing in the quiet room. A serene smile graces Tramble's lips as she reflects on her writing. Peace settles over Tramble, a sense of contentment washing over her features. The journal rests on the bedside table, a repository of Tramble's thoughts and dreams. Tramble strides through the schoolyard, her confident steps echoing in the vibrant atmosphere. A circle of friends envelops Tramble, their faces reflecting warmth and acceptance in the sunlit schoolyard. Laughter ripples through the air as Tramble and her friends share a light-hearted moment. The schoolyard buzzes with energy, a backdrop to Tramble's radiant smile and easy camaraderie. Tramble's eyes sparkle with joy amidst the supportive embrace of her classmates. A sense of belonging radiates from Tramble as she walks confidently, surrounded by genuine friendship. In the quiet of her bedroom, Tramble lies in bed, a soft smile playing on her lips as moonlight bathes her peaceful face. A gentle glow illuminates the room, casting soft shadows that dance with the calm rhythm of her breath. Gratitude washes over her, a silent acknowledgement of the journey that has led her to this tranquil moment. Contentment settles deep within as she closes her eyes, a sense of finally being home resonating in her soul. Her breathing deepens, a gentle lullaby as she drifts into sleep, enveloped in the quiet embrace of the night.